Hello guys, welcome to my channel Ismail Bajarla. In this video, we are going to learn the constraint check. The check constraint used to limit the value range that can be placed in a column. This means it sets the restriction for the column and it sets the condition for the column to allow the input while inserting the table. If we define a check constraint on a column, it will allow only the certain values for the column and it will also depends on other values. That means other column values also depends on this thing. Let's move on to the check constraint on create table. While creating the table, this is the same syntax that we are using a while. At the last column or at the column end after the data type, we can define check in the braces column and the condition for the column, and it's a quite simple thing while creating a table. And you can see the first method, alter table name, add check and column and the condition, the same thing which we are using while creating the table, that thing only we are using in the alter command only. In the method 2, we are going to have a specific name for the constraint as chk name of the constraint, but there is no much difference between the two methods. Let's move on to drop the check column, and here you can find the same syntax. Instead of we are having add, we have the drop, and the same method we are using the chk name. In both methods we have used the check chk name and constraint chk name. The both things are same here. So let's move on to the workbench. Now we are at the workbench, so let's use the database. Now write the query as create table name. My table name is placement because I am going to recruit the few persons to my company, so I am going to create the placements table. So for that I need candidate ID and it must be an integer, and I am going to make this one as primary key. In second column I want to have the last name of the employee. It is a variable character, the length of 255, and the next column is first name. This is also a varchar with the length of 255, and my last column is age, so it is absolutely an integer. Here I am going to use the check constraint here. So write check in the braces. I want to limit the age above the 18 years only and not above the 18 years. I'll include the 18 years only using is equal to symbol. So now let's check whether it works or not. Yes, it worked. For to check the check column, we need to write the insert. We need to insert the data into the table. So I'm going to write the insert table command as insert into placements. Here we need to mention the column names. We need to mention the values as the candidate is, for example, I'll take 101. I'll take the last name as Ismail. And my first name is Bajarla. And my age is 22. Now run this statement. Here we got one row is affected. That means our data is added. So to check the data, we need to write the select command. Select all from placements. Here we got our first record is added to the table. So now let's check it's worked for below 18 or not. So I suppose to insert the 17 here. So let's run this query again. Here you got check constraint placements is violated. That means our age 18 is not satisfied with that. That means the constraint is successfully added. So now let's move on to the alter table. In the method 1, we are going to have alter table and the table name is placements, add constraint, check. In the braces, age is less than or equal to 18. Before run this table, we need to drop the table. So I'll go to the drop command and run this query, and our table is dropped. So now we need to remove this check constraint from here and remove the comma from here and create the table again. And now we are going to run this query. That means our constraint is successfully added to the column. For method 2, we need to have a name for the constraint. As alter table, table name is placement, add constraint as chk underscores placements. Here again check in the braces column name and the condition. Now let's run this query. Here you got, we again added the constraint to the column. Now we are going to drop the constraint from the column. Alter table, table name is placements. Here drop constraint as our constraint name is chk and placements. Now let's run this query. Here we go. We have successfully deleted the constraint from the column. Thank you for watching this video. Please do like, share and subscribe to Ismail Bajarla.